Hey everyone, and welcome to the Crypto the Next, the channel where we cover everything to do with the world of crypto. Whether you're a supposed crypto expert or you have no idea what the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum are, we're going to have something here for you. Before we start, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because over the next few weeks we're going to be covering everything to do with where to get your crypto, what the best exchanges are, the world of NFTs and how you can be involved in that, virtual worlds built on the blockchain, and we're going to be doing a lot of cool giveaways in terms of crypto, NFTs, and a lot of other stuff. Today's topic is going to be about the current buzzword in the world of crypto, which is NFTs. What are NFTs? How do they work? And to be honest, there's a lot of misconceptions about what NFTs actually are. A lot of people seem to think they're just digital collectibles, when in fact it's just scratching the surface of the whole NFT space. So we're going to be covering all of that and how you can be involved in the space. So let's break down what a non-fungible token actually is. Before we start, take a look at the bottom. I've divided this video into chapters, so if there's specific parts you want to skip or if you want to jump ahead to any part that you're more interested in, please feel free to go ahead and click those. And again, subscribe if you have not already. Now let's start off with what an NFT actually is. So NFT stands for non-fungible token, and understanding the word fungible is key here. The word fungible means the same as everything else. Let's take a look at money, for example. This is a stack of $100 bills, another $100 bills, another $100 bills. If I took any $100 bill from any of these stacks, it would be the same. It won't make a difference to me. They are all fungible. Any $10 bill is the same as any other $10 bill. They are all fungible. Non-fungible items, and we're going to be looking at real-world examples, are something like looking at this antique shop, for example. This chair is not the same as this chair. This vase is not the same as this vase. They are non-interchangeable. This is also the same with passports. My passport is not the same as yours. My car is very different than yours. Even if we have the same model, mine might have specific dents, it might have different mileage, it might be produced in a different year. All these items are non-fungible real-world items. And this transfers to the world of digital items, where every Bitcoin is the same whether I have received it from you or I have bought it from an exchange, meaning Bitcoins are fungible. But a non-fungible item, specifically we'll be looking at art because it's just the easiest way to understand it. Every single unit here is different. Even if we had 5 different duplicates of this, each one would have its own code, its own timestamp. You'll be able to see which one was made first, which one was an original, which one is a copy, and so on. Now let's jump into some history and look at one of the first NFT projects, which is called CryptoKitties, from back in 2017. So this project allowed you to basically own your own cat on the blockchain. And every cat here is unique, it's different, it has its own attributes. As you can see, everyone has a specific code, a different generation. Cats would breed and then you'd get newer generations. They start as generation 0. And if I click on any of these, we can take a look at, this is the name of the cat, this is the selling price, which is about $8. It has a bio, it has a birthday, which is February 10, 2020, and these are the attributes it comes with. And you can see its parents. Some of the cats have more rare attributes than others, and then they became more and more expensive as people started trading them. And just to give you an example of how much some of these are going for, let's go high to low. So these are some of the more rare kittens, and you see this one's a crazy one with a rainbow behind it. This one has dragon ears and dragon wings, and this one has some plants around it. For some reason these are supposed to be rare, but you can see the offer price is well over 999 ETH, which is a little bit crazy, but people are buying and selling. I think the one that sold for the most went for about $400,000. Another project I find very interesting is the UniSocks project. Uniswap Exchange launched this as 500 pairs of physical socks, and they released one NFT for every sock. So they're all duplicates, they're all exactly the same, as you can see. And basically you buy the NFT and then you redeem the sock, and they would physically send you a sock, and then the NFT would become useless. So people started buying these, and then they started trading them without redeeming the socks, and the price started going up and up and up, and now we're looking at $85,000 per sock. 185 been redeemed, so they're just over 300 left, so make sure you get yours before they run out. Now that we've seen a little bit of the history of NFTs, let's look at the current ecosystem as it exists. We're currently on OpenSea, which is one of the biggest platforms for viewing, selling, and trading your NFTs. And like I said, NFTs are not only collectibles or art, there's so many different categories, which I'm going to get to in a bit. As you can see here, there are also some specific collections of famous NFTs such as CryptoPunks, Chubbies, and a bunch of others. And I'm going to get to those soon. But to give you an idea, these are the Chubbies. And to take a look at one of them, this is currently on auction. The current price is 0.21 Ether, which is about $370. And it's been sold today for 0.09. So somebody bought it and they're reselling it. You can see the details, you can look at the properties. Again, this is unique and it cannot be duplicated. Sure, you can take a screenshot of it or you can video it, but you still won't have the original because the original is here and you can verify all the details here. It's basically the same as owning an original Mona Lisa versus having a $50 copy which is being sold outside the Louvre. Now let's get back to OpenSea. The other main platform before I get into any more details is Rarible. Rarible I find to be the more artsy, high-end sort of art in comparison to OpenSea. To be honest, there's a lot of crap on OpenSea. Some of the stuff is pretty expensive. I mean, we're going at 185 ETH and so on. But to show you what the most expensive stuff is going for right now, let's look at the highest last sale. So the most expensive thing that's been recently sold, these two CryptoPunks, 4,200 ETH. Pretty pricey since Ether is at about 1,700 right now. So this is roughly in the range of $6 to $7 million approximately. Let's look at the other categories now that we've discussed a lot on the collectibles and art side. So domain names are a very interesting NFT category, and the reason for this is they're not like your typical .com or .net domains. These are also payment gateways. You can connect all your wallets, all your crypto wallets to this address. So instead of sending somebody a string of letters and numbers to send you your Bitcoin or your Ether, you can just tell them, send me my Ether on crypto.eth and it'll connect directly to your wallet. Another thing you get is these are decentralized domains and nobody can take them down except you. So if you wanted to post up something controversial and you're worried about living under a authoritarian regime which doesn't really like what you're saying and wants to take it down, you're going to be the only person who has access to be able to bring this down. Under virtual worlds, we have things like Decentraland and Sandbox and a bunch of others where you can buy virtual plots of land, and I'm going to take you through these in a separate video because these are very exciting to me. There's a lot you can do in these virtual worlds. You can build up things, and I think this is going to be the future of social media and virtual meetings and so on. I'm going to show you a little bit about Decentraland in a bit. These prizes are denominated in mana, which is the currency of Decentraland. Mana is just under $1 right now, so this is probably a little under $1 million for this block of land. Then you have your trading cards. And these are trading cards usually authorized by specific companies or characters. And you have your collectibles, such as the CryptoPunks, CryptoKitties, which I showed you earlier, sport-related items, so F1, football, and so on. And then utility gathers up everything else, and names and different covers, and I'm not really sure what these are, to be honest. But I hope this gives you a good idea of the world of NFTs and the current ecosystem. Now, how do you create your own? Creating your own is actually not that difficult. I mean, there are different types of NFTs. So if you want to create NFT art, it's actually very easy. Both Rarible gives you an option to create as well as OpenSea. Basically, you go to create and you create something, you upload it, you put up the details, and then you just pay your gas fees through Ether. And I'm going to do a separate video which is going to walk you through the entire process of how to connect to wallet and upload everything. And Rarible is pretty much the same thing. Depending on the type of art you're making, you might prefer to put it on Rarible or OpenSea or one of the other marketplaces out there. You can create either single pieces of art or you can do multiple collections, as we saw, for example, the socks or something along those lines. Now let me take you through some of the virtual worlds I mentioned to you earlier. So the first one is the Sandbox. And Sandbox is a great one because it's this virtual world where you can run around, you can do all sorts of different things with your character, and then you can play a lot of games inside the sandbox itself. So it's multiple games within a larger game. You can purchase and trade lots of NFTs, and some of these NFTs can be useful for in-game features and give you in-game capabilities. Others are just wearables for your characters, and you can buy plots of land. Each plot of land is considered an NFT in itself. And I may have not mentioned this earlier in the video, but any NFT that you purchase goes into your wallet as if you were buying Bitcoin or Ether or any other cryptocurrency. Everything that's an NFT lives in your wallet. Virtual lands have their own currency, and the currency of the Sandbox is called Sand. So one good way of investing into the NFT ecosystem without actually having to buy specific NFTs or looking for what potential NFT might rise in price or not is to actually just invest in buying the currencies of these different virtual worlds. So potentially you can buy some sand, or you can buy currency for the Rarible platform. But my favorite one is Decentraland, because Decentraland is more than just a game to me. I see this as the future of business, social media, virtual meetings, and a whole lot more. So this is Decentraland. It's currently my favorite virtual world because I think the potential for growth in Decentraland generally is massive. So there's so many events and activities happening here, and you can always look at the different things that are going on. So there's a casino, there's a Genesis Plaza, a Crypto Valley. Let's take a look at one of these other areas just to show you some of the things that are going on here. A lot of the bigger companies such as Atari, Binance, etc. have already invested here, and you can buy land, you can build up your own plots. I'm going to do a completely different video for this. So one of the reasons Decentraland is one of my favorites is just there's so many things that you can do here. And it's not just a game. I mean, they actually has a lot of potential for real business. So you can have a convention center, you can have actual virtual events, and you can set up a shop here where you can display your product. They also have their own marketplace. So if we go into the marketplace, you can see that you can buy different plots of land. You can also buy names. So names here are also considered NFTs, as well as other things such as wearables. And some of these wearables give you access to specific areas that you wouldn't be able to access otherwise. Shoes, and a couple of other things. So this is Binance US, for example. This wearable gives you access to the second floor of their headquarters, which is only accessible to members. And everything here is denominated in mana, which is their local currency. One mana is around 90 cents, so this is just a little under $500. A bunch of CryptoKitties running around, but I guess you get the idea. So anyway, this is Decentraland. This is a brief intro to NFTs. So definitely subscribe so you can keep up to date with my next video, which is going to be a full walkthrough of Decentraland. And I can show you all the things you can do and the potential for the future.